Thank you, and hello, everybody. My name is Ronald Niezen. I am uh, Distinguished James McGill Professor of Anthropology and Associate Member of the Faculty of Law. I want to talk about some of what I found in the research and beyond for the book #Human Rights. As an anthropologist, I've paid a lot of attention to the public participation that people have in injustice claims and causes. And when I was doing research in the intersection of new technologies and law for this book, I've found that there were basically three periods of human rights activism that combined with new technologies. One I refer to in the shorthand, the analog period, where people are communicating by phone, organizing on campuses, gathering in the streets. The internet gave us the possibility of netizen activism, where people are communicating via the new internet and email attachments. But the period that I really focus on, I refer to as Human Rights 3.0. And it follows from what is really a revolution that we're only now coming to terms with, that happened right around 2005 to 2010. If you think about it, 2006, 2007, 2005, we have a YouTube coming online. 2006 and 7, we have smartphones, we have other social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, all of this happening right around the same time. And also around the same time, we have the emergence of ramped up state efforts towards surveillance technologies. We have things going wrong. Of course, we're all familiar with this, trolling and disinformation. But we also have a phenomenon referred to as OSINT, or open source intelligence, or open source investigations, that is made possible by the billions of people with smartphones, with cameras, with multi-sensor devices, connected to social media. So when a human rights violation happens, people are often able to witness it with their phones, take videos of this, upload it instantly. And there's been created a whole community of people who participate in these kinds of investigations. They're often crowdsourced. Problems are given out to groups of thousands of people to solve. So we have thousands of people ready to answer questions that are following from videos that experts are trying to analyze. We have events that have been the focus of these kinds of participation, public participation, the January 6th insurgency, Gaza now, the police brutality over the past year that we've been seeing. And when an event happens, there's a race for access, because the social media platforms don't want some of the violent content to stay up. The violent content is evidence of a crime. So there's a race for access between content moderators and investigators and the crowds that are participating. It's a real problem, because when things are taken down, they disappear. It's a little bit like if we had a hotel, right? And there was a crime that takes place, a murder, and you just clean up the room so that the next guest isn't bothered. So a solution has to be found for, one of the things we need to do is find a solution for this tension between needing to have access to the content and the investigations. Now, Syrian Archive is a very important example of this kind of initiative, and they've been archiving the content. They have 3.5 million items that they've downloaded, mostly from the Syrian community that's expatriate in Germany, hundreds of thousands of people. Now we have criminal international law taking this up, accessing these videos. There are a dozen jurisdictions, most of them in Europe, that are prosecuting individuals for crimes that took place in Syria. And what's more, the Syrian Archive initiative is now affirming witness and survivor experience in ways that hasn't happened before, in ways that gives people access not just to their voices, but to proof of the events that took place. So we're entering a new era of human rights and digital advocacy that's been very interesting for me to investigate. Thank you very much.